I'm speaking with Jan Notre Dame with CSR Europe, and we're here at European Development Days. And one thing I wanted to ask about is there's a lot of conversation at this conference about the collaboration between the private sector and development, and sort of some of the evolving issues around that. Some of the different aid agencies out there, like USAID, DFID, and others, have thought and done a lot on this. I just want to ask, from your perspective, where do you see the European Commission in this space?
Well, it will sound a little bit bold, but I think it's high time to go from words to acts. If you look at the program of the European Development Days, there is some emphasis regarding how to enhance the role of business in development, but the program is not showing even 1% of people speaking at the panels or in this conference coming from business. It is like having the Champions League, but I don't watch football players, but I am looking at the trainees and the people responsible for the stadium and maybe for the security and the mobility around it. I think it would make it extremely exciting if more companies could participate in the debates based on their experience, failures, and success. So what CSR Europe, which is a network of companies on corporate social responsibility, is asking with companies like Unilever, Danone, and others, is the creation of a European platform for business and development. And the ambition is threefold. Where is it that the EU, especially the Commission, can act as a convener for boosting the knowledge and expertise that exists around so-called inclusive business models at the base of the pyramid, this new type of partnerships, knowledge and experience that is atomized across Europe. It's time to aggregate and to make best use of it. That would be one role for a platform like that. Another one would be to have a European platform for business and development to act as a kind of marketplace where practitioners in business, in civil society, but also public donors could meet, not to discuss, but to really exchange what are my needs, what can I offer, and for them then to take it one step further and maybe start new experimentation or incubate new projects once they have met in that type of marketplace. And then at least another ambition is to have a platform with business and development able to look at where micro business innovation can inspire other European policies, not just development but also trade and even external relation policies or diplomacy. Because the impact of that with regard to trade and diplomacy is there.
Okay, great. So a platform like this, it's being called for by the corporations that you work with, it sounds like, and I think this is the kind of thing that this area is changing so quickly that this sort of platform could really help. But what do you see as some of these changes? How is this CSR or sustainability or whatever one wants to call it, how is it evolving? What do you see coming up?
Well, we see a kind of convergence. On the one side, more and more companies are taken on board CSR not as a PR exercise, but really as an agent of change in terms of management processes, but also in terms of governance and accountability and transparency practices of companies. So that is all belonging to a kind of governance and compliance agenda, and that is converging to a new trend, which is more about social innovation. Is it in terms of product and services innovation, but also distribution innovation, and that is asking much closer relationship and partnership with stakeholders. And we believe that the emphasis also from EU authorities should be equally on the opportunity dimension of CSR than the compliance dimension, because the impact of innovation, of products and services that have high potential on social environmental impact can serve the compliance agenda. So that is something that we are looking at and which we believe other players in society, is it civil society or public authorities, could also support.
Great.